Longtime Browns beat reporter Tony Grossi was asked the question, how would you grade the Browns' coaching after the first 4 games? Here's his answer.
D. It's a D. No doubt.
Why?
Their their offense is the worst they've had in 5 years. Their defense has not put a complete game together yet, and has been responsible for falling behind. And the special teams they've had one decent game out of 4.
It's hard to argue with that. They haven't been prepared. They've looked bad, and that falls on the players. It falls on the coaches.
It does. It falls on both. I feel like they haven't been prepared. In the one area that I feel like they haven't been the most prepared, a lot of the defensive stuff is missed tackles, missed assignments, silly stuff, and most of that is on the players, right? I do wish Jim Schwartz would adjust more. He kept talking about the changeups and the curveballs and everything all offseason, but we've seen very little of that. I do feel like they're sometimes pressing a little bit and trying to live up to the hype of that number one defense label they came in with, and sometimes that's making them go for the big tackle for a loss instead of just making the fundamental play. But on the offensive side of the ball, I would have thought to this point that Stefanski and the rest of the offensive coaching staff would have been able to handle the patchwork offensive line better than they have. This is going on around the NFL, Dave. Other teams are just as beat up on the offensive line, and they're finding a way to protect their quarterback enough to get the ball out. Now, Watson doesn't help that sometimes because we know he likes to hold on to the ball and try to make a play. But I just feel like they've been unprepared as far as that goes. Because, the amount of hits that Watson's taking, the amount of pressure, it's just inexcusable. So I would say probably like a C, but because a lot of the stuff has been on the players too. But certainly there's a failure across the board with this team. Lack of identity, I would say.
Yeah, they're not running the ball. They're not. Again, you can point to there isn't much they're doing right. That's the problem. It's not like it's one thing. It's everything.